Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is kind of reflecting on the past year. It is coming to the end of 2015 and I thought I would just do the events and highlights of 2015, and I'm splitting this into 3 segments. 1 personal, so that's all about my highlights of the year. 2 news, that's just talking about general news events that have kind of hit the headlines this year. And thirdly, fashion and beauty. So let's just get straight into it. So my personal highlights of this year. Well, one of them has got to be going to Sorrento in Italy in the summer. That was definitely one of my highlights of this year. That was such an amazing trip. I really enjoyed it, especially spending time with my family as well, because since being at uni, you don't get to spend that much time with them. So it was quite nice to have a family holiday away. My second highlight of this year has got to be achieving a 2-1 overall in my first year of university. I was very happy with that, kind of pleasantly surprised really. Third highlight, well, in June I went to see Take That with my mum in the O2. Beforehand I was a bit like, I'm not a middle-aged woman, will I really enjoy this? But once I got there, it was an amazing show. It was really entertaining and they really know how to put on an amazing performance for everyone. Fourth highlight probably was starting my second year of university and living in a house with 5 other people. Before that I was living in halls with 7 other people. And living in a house is so much better because you get to choose who you want to live with and you don't end up with some randomers. It's just so much more fun. You just feel so much more grown up, so much more independent in a house. News events from this year. One of my favourite news events, which is actually a happy news event, was the birth of Charlotte, Princess Charlotte, Kate and William, Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, their second child Charlotte, a baby girl. I was so happy. I was watching it live on the news and when they came out, melted my heart. This is a sad news story. It was the Paris attacks, both earlier this year with the Charlie Hebdo attacks and also the November attacks, which was it just affected the whole world, not just Paris. It just had a global impact, and that has led to the UK getting involved in Syria. My opinion on that's another matter. But the whole thing, the good thing that we've found from these events is that as a nation we all kind of stand together. Anything could happen at any time, so it's just important that we just live our lives how we want to live them. And that is one of the messages that I've gained from 2015. Another sad news story was the death of Cilla Black. Cilla was an incredible woman and she'd had such a long career in the entertainment industry. And I this year watched the Sheridan Smith Cilla programme, the 3-part programme drama, and I thought that was really interesting. At least we've been able to celebrate the life of a fantastic and overly successful woman. So rest in peace. Also this year held the Rugby World Cup in the UK, so that was very exciting for a lot of people. Personally, I'm not that interested in rugby, but I know many people that are very interested in rugby. I think, wasn't it New Zealand that won? I lost Siri. Who won the Rugby World Cup 2015?
Chatty. Okay, I found this on the web. They won the Rugby World Cup 2015.
New Zealand. It was New Zealand. I was right. Haha. This year marked the first time I was able to vote, and that was back in May in the general election. It was kind of exciting but very confusing at the same time, as I don't have that much knowledge about politics. Okay, so that is my news and personal stuff out of the way. Now it's time for the fun stuff. So it's about the makeup and beauty trends of 2015. One has got to be strobing. Strobing was all over the place, and this kind of followed on from contour. I am personally a big fan of the strobing trend, although I still like to use a little bit of bronzer or contour, whatever you want to call it nowadays. But I'm all for the highlighter. I love a bit of highlight going on. It's lovely, very lovely indeed. Another big beauty headline from this year was to do with the lips of a certain Kylie Jenner. It was revealed earlier this year that she had lip fillers, lip injections, whatever it was she had done, and it started a whole new craze basically with the Kylie Jenner lip challenge fiasco, with lots of people ending up with bee-stung lips that were kind of like trout pouts. I think this has been the year of Kylie Jenner this year, not going to lie. I know some people really don't like the Kardashians. I personally really enjoy kind of reading up about their lifestyle. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. Not even that guilty. What are you gonna do about it? Well, she turned 18 and she's blooming got her own lip kit out, hasn't she? It's been a complete sellout everywhere, so she's obviously doing very well for herself, so why not? Well done, Kylie. Bravo, bravo. Another trend of the summer in particular was dewy skin. Not a massive fan of this trend myself, just because my skin gets kind of shiny anyway, so I'd kind of like to avoid that. It suits some people, but for me, with oily combination skin, I would kind of give that trend a miss. Also this year, braids made a comeback. I learned this year how to French braid. I never knew how to French braid before. Oh, pardon me. I was very proud. Over the summer I was watching lots of YouTube videos, lots of tutorials on how to French braid my hair, and I finally learned how to do it, and now I do it all the time. 70s also made a comeback this year, and it was all about flares and the bell sleeves. What are they called? Are they bell sleeves? You know, the big sleeves, hippie vibes, boho chic, all of that. I wouldn't be able to rock flares ever in my life. Take note, future self, I'm never wearing flares. I was a bit on the fence with the whole 70s trend, because some of it I really liked, but other bits, like the flares, was a big no-no for me. The last trend of this year has got to be the whole lace-up look, you know, lace-up tops. It's a very sexy style with a peekaboo. It's a trend that's been rocked by the Kardashians. I know Kim Kardashian was a big fan, and I was into that trend, but not into the going like right down there. Like, no. Like, I kind of get the whole peekaboo thing, but not down to your navel, because I think that's a bit too far. That has been my 15 events and highlights of 2015. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of video. It's a bit random, it's a bit more of a rundown of everything that's happened in the year, and I don't know, it's just quite interesting to do something a little bit different. But I hope you all have a marvellous 2016, and I hope we have many more highlights coming up in the following year. I'll see you guys in the new year.